We broke the news Monday that 4 migrant boats were intercepted off our coast this weekend.
Amid the intensifying battle against transnational crime in the United States, a large-scale coordinated raid operation by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency took place in Florida, dismantling a cocaine smuggling network linked to Chinese organizations.
They were coming from the Bahamas.
Agents arrested 30 suspects and seized over 370 pounds of cocaine, a quantity worth millions of dollars on the black market. This event not only exposes the sophistication of smuggling routes from Asia through Latin America to the U.S., but also underscores the government's relentless efforts to protect communities from the toxic flow of illicit drugs. The investigation continues to expand, drawing significant public attention in the U.S. to the threat posed by international cartels. Let's analyze this objectively, based on reliable sources, to better understand the scale and impact of this operation on national security and American society. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for the latest video updates. Florida, with its strategic location along the Atlantic coast and the Gulf of Mexico, has long been a hotspot for drug smuggling and illegal immigration. The operation, internally named Operation Pacific Viper, was led by ICE based on intelligence from international and domestic surveillance, in close coordination with the U.S. Coast Guard and local agencies such as the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Agents intercepted a vessel carrying 30 Chinese nationals who were illegally immigrating, along with 370 pounds of cocaine concealed within legitimate cargo containers. The main suspects, a group with ties to Chinese networks, were arrested on site along with their associates, accused of being key links between chemical precursor manufacturers in China and Mexican cartels like Sinaloa. These drugs were transported by sea from Baja, using sophisticated methods such as hiding them in agricultural products and electronic devices to evade scanning systems at ports like Fort Pierce and Port Everglades. The connection between Chinese and Mexican networks is not new, but this case marks a significant milestone due to its scale. According to ICE reports, the suspects used shell companies to import chemicals from factories in Shanghai, which were then transferred to clandestine laboratories in Mexico for cocaine production, a highly addictive drug prevalent in the U.S. Agents seized hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, automatic weapons, and documents evidencing money laundering through digital payment apps. Most of the seized drugs were intended for distribution to major cities like Miami, Atlanta, and New York, where cocaine has caused thousands of deaths annually due to overdoses and related violence. This arrest not only disrupted a major smuggling route, but also provided valuable leads for broader investigations into collaboration between Asian and Latin American criminal organizations. From a neutral perspective, this crackdown operation brings clear benefits to national anti-drug efforts. Experts from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimate that removing 370 pounds of cocaine could prevent hundreds of overdoses, especially since cocaine is often mixed with fentanyl, the primary driver of the U.S. opioid crisis. ICE emphasizes that this operation not only focuses on arrests, but also on dismantling the financial networks of cartels, with seized assets helping to offset investigation costs. However, civil rights groups like the American Civil Liberties Union have criticized the raids, arguing that they may lead to discrimination against Asian and Latinx communities in Florida, where densely populated neighborhoods are often heavily impacted. They contend that, instead of focusing solely on borders, the U.S. should invest more in addiction prevention and community support to address the root causes of the issue. The developments following the operation continue to unfold rapidly. According to an announcement from the U.S. Department of Justice, the investigation has expanded to neighboring states like Georgia and Texas, leading to additional arrests and the seizure of drugs valued at over $10 million. The main suspects have been charged with conspiracy to smuggle drugs and money laundering, with evidence from phone data revealing direct contact with cartel leaders in Sinaloa. ICE also disclosed that a portion of precursor chemicals produced in underground laboratories in China was intercepted at the border, thanks to cooperation with international law enforcement agencies. Furthermore, interrogations have exposed a large-scale money laundering network involving cryptocurrency exchanges and real estate in Florida, resulting in the freezing of assets worth tens of millions of dollars. Shipping companies and importers in Fort Pierce are now under heightened scrutiny to prevent similar vulnerabilities. In terms of technology and strategy, this event highlights advancements in interagency cooperation. ICE has utilized artificial intelligence to analyze maritime data and track supply chains, while the U.S. Coast Guard deployed advanced scanning systems at sea to detect hidden cargo. However, security experts warn that, with the emergence of new smuggling methods, such as mini-submarines and drones, cartels are adapting quickly, necessitating ongoing investment in technology and intelligence. To date, the operation has been integrated into the 2025 Border Security Initiative, with a goal to dismantle at least 50 major drug routes by year-end. Concurrently, community education programs in Florida have been strengthened to raise awareness about the dangers of cocaine and encourage the reporting of suspicious activities. Regarding socioeconomic impacts, the crackdown has temporarily disrupted operations at the port of Fort Pierce, one of the busiest ports on the Atlantic coast, causing delays in cargo and increased logistics costs. Local businesses, particularly in the import sector, express concerns about stricter inspections, which could slow the flow of legitimate trade.